All right, guys, it's time for the Next Level Guy Show, a men's interview, interest, and improvement-focused podcast featuring interviews with the greats from all industries to help you better your life. Each week, a new episode features an interview with one of the greats, covering all aspects of their story, from life hacks to tips and protocols that have allowed them to live life on the next level. We then highlight concrete action steps that you can use to improve your life. And now, your host, Ian Dawson Mackay.
And today it's time for Harsh Truths number 2. Let's talk about colonoscopies. Have you ever had a camera up your arse? I have, and I'm weirdly grateful for it. Here's the story and what it taught me about life, fear, and finally taking things seriously. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Next Level Guy podcast. Today I'm talking about something that's a little uncomfortable, but really important. Colonoscopies, a.k.a. let's talk about that time I got a camera up my arse and why it changed me. I know, it's not the kind of thing we're typically chat about with the other boys as we're having beers out for the night, but stick with me because I want to share my experience and hopefully it helps a lot of you who might be avoiding it for one reason or another. Men tend to be heroes and we ignore health scares, discomfort, and any body stuff that are taboo. You normalise it with humour, and you normalise it with avoidance. I know, we've all done it. We rarely check ourselves, and we try and be a hero until it's too late. As men, we tend to only care about something when it's broken, and we need to change that. The world needs next level men. The world needs you, fit and healthy, and living to your potential. So, a while ago, I was asked by my doctor to get a colonoscopy. This came about because I've been noticing some more frequent bowel movements than usual. I know, not something I typically boast about, but there was nothing too extreme, but enough for my doctor to recommend I get checked out. Typically it's nothing, but if you change the amount you dump, the frequency, the severity, etc., it's normally a warning sign that something isn't working right in your stomach and to get checked out. To be honest, I wasn't thrilled about the idea. I also didn't want to ignore it. But I tried to forget about it. I made jokes about it, but it was something I wanted to ignore, avoid, and not do. Because really, who wants a camera up their arse? We all hear about these terrible things they find. Sometimes it's better not knowing, or so I thought. But first, what is a colonoscopy? A colonoscopy is a procedure that doctors use to examine the inside of your colon, also known as the large intestine. They do this by using a long flexible tube called a colonoscope, which has a camera on the end. The colonoscope is gently inserted into your rectum, that's your arse for those who are not in the medical know-how, and it's moved through the colon so the doctor can see any potential issues like inflammation, polyps, or signs of cancer. But why is it done, I hear you ask? Colonoscopies are mainly done to screen for colorectal cancer, which is one of the most common types of cancer, especially in men as we get older. It's also used to investigate symptoms like abdominal pain, bleeding, changes in bowel habits, or in my case, more frequent bowel movements. The procedure, it helps doctors find issues early on, which can make treatment much more effective if needed. It can catch things early, it can get the treatment in when it's needed, and it can save your life. It's really that important. But let me make one thing clear. You're awake throughout the whole procedure. That's right, there's no sedation. I was fully conscious through the whole thing. And I know some people get really nervous about that. But I want to reassure you, it's really not a big deal. They use a local anaesthetic around the area, so there's no pain, just some mild discomfort as two girls, in my case, looked at my arse. I wish it was something better, like some dating, but you can't get everything you wanted. And the whole thing's over pretty quickly. So here's what happens. They insert a flexible tube with a camera into your colon to check things out. You might feel a bit of pressure or cramping as they manoeuvre the tube, but it's nothing extreme. Honestly, I felt nothing. Honestly, it's a lot less dramatic than you think. It's uncomfortable. It's not something you would boast about to your pals, but it's definitely not painful. Okay, but let's talk about the prep. That part isn't fun. You have to drink a laxative solution the day before to literally clean yourself out. And yeah, you will be glued to the toilet for a few hours, but as men, we're used to that. It's not glamorous, but it's necessary for the doctors to get a clear view. You're going to feel a bit uncomfortable, but trust me, it's manageable, and it's worth it in the end. I found 7-Up was great to take. You're only allowed to drink clear liquids, such as water, and 7-Up is a clear liquid and tastes a lot better. It helped with the taste of the laxative. I found by firing up your phone with videos and podcasts, and I got some moist toilet roll, it's really not that bad at all, and it becomes your own little sanctuary. But here's the follow-up. The real truth, the most important thing, the nurses are amazing. They were so professional, and they made sure that I felt at ease throughout the whole process. They explained everything clearly, and they were there to make sure I was as comfortable as possible. I mean, there was no shame or embarrassment. There was no such thing as a stupid question. They were just great people doing their job, helping you stay healthy. From welcoming me in to checking my blood pressure and explaining the procedure, they answered any question. There was no such thing as a stupid question. They even joked to me. I couldn't fault them or the procedure. You get a tube of gas and air to use if it hurts, and even going in, the camera doesn't hurt. It's a really short procedure. You move around slightly on the bed into different positions so they can move the camera to check, and they explain and help in any situations that need it. Everything is explained and you hardly feel it at all. Even when it comes out, there's no pain or issue. I was shocked at how easy and pain-free it all felt. You have a short overview with the operator. They tell you if there's anything that happened, anything that needs to happen, anything they've worried about, anything they've found. You then get to sit in the bed to let the gas and air wear off if you've had to use it, and you can leave. You might have a looser bowel movement for the first time after, or some skid marks with the gel they use, but really, as men, most of us already have had that happen. Yes, unfortunately. Your doctor follows up on your visit if anything is to be done or to advise you, and it's all organised and done for you. There's literally nothing to worry about. I know a lot of us as men avoid things like this because they're nervous or uncomfortable, and I totally get it. But I'll tell you this, it's not nearly bad as you think. The real fear, the true deep fear for me was all the stuff that I imagined in my head before I actually did it. And to be honest, that's exactly what it was, in my head. None of it's true. Once I got through it, I realised how much I'd blown it out of proportion. So why am I sharing this with you? Why am I telling you about a camera getting shoved up my arse? Why share it at all? Because I want men to realise that these things are never as bad as we make it out in our heads. Early detection is key. The doctors were looking for anything that could indicate a health issue. The earlier you catch something, the easier it is to manage. And let me tell you, if they recommend a colonoscopy, it's because they want you to be thorough. They want to check everything's okay, and they want to make sure if there's anything there, they can catch it, fix it, and let you live a long and healthy life. Afterwards, you get a full report by the operator. Anything of concern, they show you anything that they're worried about and the treatment options available. It doesn't hurt, and I made jokes throughout. The staff were fantastic, and I was even told I had a very healthy bowel, something I had to add to my Tinder bio. I'm sure you'll agree. So, what now? If you're worried about it, I just want to say, don't put it off. It's way easier than you think. It's uncomfortable, yes, to sit and have to shit your brains out, but it's nothing. What's a couple hours in the toilet? Something we've all done. It's a small thing to go through for your long-term health. There's no shame in it. In fact, it's you being proactive about your health, even when it's uncomfortable. It's one of the strongest things that you can do for yourself. It's you acting as a next level guy. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. If you've ever been advised to get colonoscopy, or even if you're just considering it, I hope my experience helps calm some of those nerves It's not nearly as scary as it seems. Just take the leap, get checked, and know that it's one more thing you're doing to keep yourself at your best. I wanted to share this experience because I know a lot of guys avoid this stuff out of fear, embarrassment, or just not knowing what to expect. As men, we will go through pain, humiliation, and near-death experiences before admitting we need help. I just needed a scope to teach me that. If you've ever been advised to get one, do it. Early detection saves lives. Don't let pride or fear get in the way of looking after yourself. But remember, being strong also means being smart enough to get checked when something feels off. It's probably nothing, but it's best to be checked out. Remember, don't let your health be permanently damaged for a temporary embarrassment. It's honestly nothing, and it could save your life. We are next level guys. Stop putting things off. Get it done. Whether you're trying to avoid, whatever it is, get it done. Start it, try it, go for it. Stop waiting. A next level guy takes care of himself and his health. Have that hard conversation. Start that hobby. Get a camera up your arse. Whatever it is. Be glad for temporary embarrassment, for long-term gain. It's better to have a camera up your arse than live with regret or a long-term health issue that could have been fixed. If this ramble and waffle helped you, please leave a comment. Email me via the contact page on the website if you want to ask questions, or use the hashtag NextLevelGuyPodcast with your key takeaways. I'll read anything and everything, and I'm more than happy to discuss if it's by email or on social media. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, that's it for another week, and thank you for listening. It's now time to take what you've learned and use it to develop and enhance your life with the key points mentioned. Listen, try it, embrace it, use it, and crush it. Now's your time to hit that next level in your life. If you liked this episode, then please leave a comment on the show notes or a review of the show on your podcast platform. Everything helps evolve the show. Until next week, keep seeking the next level in your life.